There has never been a better time than now to come join the Bellisio Foods team. Bellisio has a new contract in place with plenty of awesome perks for their employees. From increased wages, access to the free health clinic, vacation after 6 months, and much more, Bellisio Foods is committed to putting their employees first. For more information or to apply, visit BellisioFoods.com/careers. Take advantage of these great new employee benefits and join the Bellisio team today. Visit BellisioFoods.com/careers to learn more.
Well, happy Monday, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the morning show right here on Main Street TV. We're so happy that you chose to tune in this morning and share your Monday beautiful morning with us. And, of course, our good friend Pete Wilson is here to do the morning news update, and that's always brought to you by Nia Henry, agent for Appalachia Realty. If you're looking to buy or sell or have any real estate questions, give Nia a call, 740-418-4135. And she'll work hard for you. What's up, Pete Wilson?
All right. Well, we are having lovely fall weather, aren't we?
It's still hot up here, though, Pete.
Well, that's kind of a man-made problem, right? Isn't it? Right? But no, I'm sure it will improve. And
it
here in a little bit, it may be too cold.
I know. Then we'll be complaining about the cold, but no, it's going to be. I haven't done the weather yet, but it's going to be gorgeous. I can just tell you that. Another week of gorgeous.
Right. I tell you what, sometimes October is underrated, isn't it? Because, it hasn't gotten really cold. There may be a little frost on the pumpkin, as they say in the mornings.
Right.
But, by the afternoon, sunshine, it seems like there's so many clear days, humidity low. It's just wonderful to be outdoors.
It is amazing to
be
outdoors.
If we can just get by what's coming. That's always the stinker.
I know. I got up this morning and turned on the TV, and I went in the bathroom, came back out. Jamie said, "Hey, guess what? There's like 18 inches of snow in Utah." And I was like,
"Oh, it'll get here."
You could have just gone all day and not said anything about that.
That's right. All right. Well,
That's
we're going to start off the news with a big business story that was featured on the front page of our Saturday Telegram, and just across the street on Church Street is the Call Auto Sales building.
Yes.
Very, very. There it is. There up on the screen. If you're watching there on Facebook on your monitor, there. That building goes back to 1883, and for most of its existence, it has been home to Call Auto Sales, of course.
Yes.
And Call Auto Sales closed in September of 2020 after a magnificent run in this city as a locally operated, family-operated business going 4 generations, I think. Mm-hmm. The most recent one, of course, being Dan Morrow, who was president and part of the ownership family. And after Call Auto Sales closed, they were able to, auction off all the inventory. The used car office that's across the street was bought by Ricky Tong, who has the nails store down the street. But then there was this big building here. It goes back to 1883, the Grand Opera House upstairs and whatever. Very historically significant. But, what is Dan going to do with the building and the family? Right. Well, they were able to sell it. That sale became official a week ago last Wednesday on September 29th when Jackson Transportation, LLC, the Jackson Transportation Group, purchased the building. And there you see on the left, Wayne Lester.
Yeah.
You're going to be more familiar with him because he's going to be more visible down here in downtown Jackson. He is the owner-operator of Jackson Transportation. And with him there, of course, is Dan Morrow, who so many people here in town know, lived here all his life. The current or was the owner-operator of Call Auto Sales the last 25 years or so. Also taught for a while in the schools and so forth. And, of course, as a broadcaster here on our Jackson Armand baseball or basketball and football, and even helped me on baseball last year.
One of the voices,
right. And this sale was finalized, as we said, on September the 29th. And a lot of people know about Call Auto Sales, of course, but Jackson Transportation maybe not. You've probably seen their distinctive blue and red vans and cars, and they used to have one bus throughout town. They've actually been around since 1996.
A long time.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
They used to be called, long ago, Jackson Taxi. You may remember that name.
I do.
Well, they changed the name to Jackson Transportation to really reflect what they do now. They really do not look to be a taxi service, and they would probably turn down most of those requests for service because the meat of their business now is what Mr. Lester calls non-medical
transport.
medical non-emergency transportation. Get that right. Non-emergency medical transportation. There is a need for a lot of that as people need to get to their doctor's office, the dentist, the eye doctor, or whatever, and they don't have transportation.
Yep.
And a lot of his business comes through Medicare and Medicaid and some other governmental agencies that contract with him for transportation services. And I did not know this, but they serve an area that covers most of southeastern and south central Ohio. It's just not a Jackson County thing.
Listen, I don't think that I have driven to Columbus recently where I haven't passed one of their vehicles coming back from that direction. So they are all over the place.
Right. Well, they do a lot of work through the Job and Family Services and the different services and programs there. Community action. Yep. Also the schools. There's lots of kids that need transportation that can't go on regular buses, and so there's really a need for this, and that is where he is focusing his business. He has 30 employees, most of them are drivers, and he has 26 vehicles, 10 of which are handicap accessible. And over there, if you look at 301 East Main Street, which is the former Call Auto Sales building, now I guess it's the Jackson Transportation building, you'll see a lot of those vehicles parked now.
Yep.
And he moved in shortly after that sale became official, or was closed. The closing was held, and over there he does plan to do some other things too, some of which he's not quite ready to talk about. But back in the garage area, he plans to, put in a mechanical shop back there because he's going to take care of his own vehicles there in-house.
Makes sense.
So very important business downtown. This will be good for Jackson Transportation because in the past, Jennifer, they've been out on a remote area on Elam Road. Which is near Ray. I looked at it on the map. It's just about a football's throw from the Ross County line.
And it's the old Trippy's warehouse.
Is that what it is? I did not know that.
Most people, I guess some people would know where that is.
Right. Well, that's where he operated from before. Now, of course, not that his business hasn't been good, but now he'll have, of course, better visibility downtown.
Sure.
His office is open 9 to 5 on Monday through Friday. You can walk in there, but most people call to make their appointments. You've got to make an appointment, in advance. It's not an on-demand transportation service. You kind of set up appointments and so forth. And that answering service that they have is available 7 days a week, 23 hours a day. There's just 1 hour where, they don't have a dispatcher or an answering service on duty. So congratulations both to Wayne Lester and Jackson Transportation Group. We wish them the best. And certainly congratulations to Call Auto Sales, the Morrow Conroy family, for all that they did in this community for so long. They were a very good community citizen, as well as being a very steady employer and a successful business for many years in a changing atmosphere for business, because it just favored the larger dealerships and so forth. That's just the way that it was going. So it was getting it was a changing situation there.
And just to keep the buildings alive, give them life. It's important.
Right. That's right. Of course, I don't know whether you ever got that tour of the upstairs over there.
I did.
You did. You got it. Okay. Well, that's back in the 1880s. It was mainly built for that. Upstairs, the bottom, there was a store. There were storefronts down there. The big thing, that was the Grand Opera House. People went there for plays, musical performances, etc. Hard to envision, but that was a showplace back then. Yep. And so we called that story Moving On at Main and Church. It's just incredible, Jennifer. They say nothing ever changes in a small town. But if you think about it, you pull up an old yearbook from 30 or 40 years ago, and where are all those businesses now? Now, maybe there's a successor business there. Maybe it's similar. Maybe there's a different operator, maybe a different owner. But it's constant change, constant change. So once again, congratulations to Call Auto Sales. Congratulations to Jackson Transportation Group. I know at the Chamber banquet that is coming up, the Chamber of Commerce is going to have a banquet on the 21st at Park's Edge. the Call Auto Sales is going to receive what they call a legacy award for their
that's
long
exciting.
service in the community. That's not an award they normally do, but they wanted to do that for Call Auto Sales. We'll talk about the chamber and the awards in just a moment. We'll change gears now and go to COVID-related news. We still have COVID-related cases. We've not got new statistics yet for this week, but we usually get them earlier in the week, and we'll be watching those. The bottom line that I remember from last week is that Jackson County was staying about the same. Vinton County had declined quite a bit, but there has been COVID-related deaths in both counties. And remember, we told you that we had 15 COVID-related deaths in Jackson County in just the last 2 months.
Yeah.
So we'll certainly stay tuned to that. But in Vinton County, the Central Elementary 4th grade, that's the elementary that's right in Macarthur.
Right.
The 4th grade classes have been canceled through this Friday, October the 15th. And that is because of the number of kids and staff, kids, I think, mainly affected by COVID.
Oh,
can't tell you
good.
whether, can't give you a breakdown on cases or quarantines, but they're enough that they decided the best thing to do would be no 4th grade at Central Elementary School. Apparently does not affect the other grades in that school or any other classes or buildings in the Vinton County School District. The Wellston City Building is reopening today. It's Columbus Day, but Wellston, that is not a regular holiday for them.
Oh, okay.
The city building is open over there at Wellston. Talked to Mayor Charlie Hudson at the end of the week. It had been closed last week because, there's not a lot of folks working in the water department. And this is just how this COVID thing works. There was a child who had COVID, and one of their parents worked in the water department. The parent, who is a water department employee, didn't have COVID, but obviously exposed.
Sure.
Quarantined, right? Well, they were concerned that if that employee might come down with it, and then suddenly other water department employees would be either quarantined or infected, suddenly you have no water department.
How quickly it
Right,
goes,
it really could. So to err on the side of safety, they closed the Wellston City Building, all operations there, and that included the water department through last week. But they could see that with the testing and the time that they now have quarantines in effect, that they could reopen on Monday. And as far as I know, they have reopened today.
Good.
Wellston City Building. All right. The Jackson County Health Department and Health Commissioner Kevin Aston has released the latest information about the next COVID booster shot and flu shot and regular COVID vaccination clinic. It is going to be Saturday, October the 16th. That's next Saturday at the Family Life Center of the Christ United Methodist Church. It will be from 9 a.m. till noon. And you can get all the shots there at this clinic, and that includes all the COVID shots, which is Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson, as well as the Pfizer booster shot. If you've got, the 2 shots and you need the booster shot. And, of course, that is recommended for people with certain health conditions, people 65 and older, people who have increased risk, et cetera, of any age, ages 18 to 64, et cetera. So you can get the booster shot as well as the first time Pfizer, Moderna, or Johnson & Johnson vaccine. And they're also going to have flu shots and pneumonia shots there available. So you can...
Oh, wow. You can just get the whole gamut while you're there.
Well, you can get stuck all over the place.
Just shoot me up, man.
Here's a flu shot here, a pneumonia shot here, and let's see the vaccine. That'll have to go somewhere else.
Where else does it go?
Okay, right. Okay. I never did like those, by the way. Okay, but anyway... that is, once again, 9 a.m. to noon next Saturday at the Family Life Center of the Christ United Methodist Church. All these shots will be available to the public on a walk-in basis. You should bring your health insurance card, Medicare card, or Medicaid card with you, but there should not be any charge out of pocket to you. Additional clinics will be scheduled in the future. Remember, with all the COVID-19 vaccine clinics going on, it's easy to lose attention to the flu shot. It's flu shot season now. And
you should be getting it right now.
Right, and all the talking heads are saying it's more important than ever to get the flu shot. And we talked about it last week. You don't feel very well. Do I have the flu? Do I got a cold? Do I got COVID or whatever?
Sinus infection. Oh my gosh, what is it?
Right, and so, a way to maybe avoid getting sick at all is not only take care of yourself, but get these vaccinations. And you have a wonderful opportunity this coming Saturday at the Family Life Center, courtesy of the Jackson County Health Department.
Yep.
All right, we had kind of a tense situation.
That was crazy.
Last Friday in the Vinton County schools. I talk about that now because I wasn't here on Friday to talk about it. But the Vinton County Local School District ended up canceling their classes all throughout the district because at some point a threat was called in to the Vinton County Sheriff's Office, and it was described as, and this is all we can say, a threat against the high school campus. Now, what exactly that threat was, and did they specify anything, that information has not been released, not sure that it was going to be. But as a result, the Vinton County schools made the decision to not only close down the high school on Friday, but all the schools, just to be cautious.
Sure.
Now, for a while, the football game and homecoming was maybe hanging in the balance, but by midday, it was decided that, there was no real threat. They did their checks and so forth. I have not heard about any arrests or anything, but I know that the situation was being investigated. And that goes beyond just looking for problems. That's trying to trace who made this call in the first place.
That's a big fat no-no, Pete. You don't do that.
They seem to be more successful. Remember when every now and then there was the bomb threats?
Right.
And, it never went anywhere. It was a major inconvenience, and people felt both ways about it. They felt you shouldn't bring any attention to it. Other people felt, empty the place. You got to be safe. You don't want a bomb going up and kids being inside the building.
No.
I think I'm on that side.
Yeah.
But now it seems like there have been more arrests, maybe when people use their cell phones or whatever. That's kind of dumb to use a cell phone now.
Pretty traceable now.
Right, exactly. And that's what most people do. There's not that many landline phones. So that probably has a whole lot to do with the fact that more people get caught. But we will be following that up to tell you if there's any luck in. Remember, when they made a series of threats throughout southeastern Ohio, including one to Oak Hill High School, there was an arrest made of a man from Georgia.
Yeah.
No connection at all. We know that southeastern Ohio or Oak Hill. I think he even made the calls from Pennsylvania or New Jersey. And right now that case is going through the Washington County Common Pleas Court because a lot of his calls were made to Washington County schools.
Yep.
So we're going to follow up on that one too, since there's a local angle on that. All right.
Hey, Pete, we got a comment from Ann Ward saying that the Vinton County Sheriff issued a report about the incident and said that they had made an arrest.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, we will follow up on that. We will follow up on that.
Thanks, Ann.
That is something that, as we said before, they are having more luck on these arrests now. And that is such good news because that is the best deterrent of all when that happens. And I tell you, they usually do not look upon too liberally on this.
It's frowned upon, to say the least.
It's called inducing panic, and it can be a felony. And that's exactly what it is. If you're in there and then, you see a threat against yourself or a threat against the school, whether it's a gun thing or just a bomb or whatever, you do think of the very worst that may happen. But we will be following up on that, and we do thank Ann Ward for listening in and giving us that update. And we will definitely be following up on that and bring you that news out on our various news platforms, the radio, the Telegram's website, Facebook, etc. And I'll tell you too.
Okay.
How's that?
Appreciate it.
All right. Okay, major inconvenience in Wellston. This isn't the most exciting thing, but boy, does it affect lots of people when there's a major water line break.
Uh-oh.
And that happened in Wellston yesterday. And it happened on Wisconsin Avenue, but this water line break was such that it affected a good part of the community. And so, and it's very inconvenient. It's on a Sunday. The city has to bear the cost of bringing out its employees to work, extra time.
Well, it always happens on a evening or a Sunday afternoon.
Heading into a holiday too.
Right.
Although Columbus Day is not a holiday in the city of Wellston, that wouldn't have been that wouldn't have not been an issue if it happened today. But when they about had the water line break fixed, another one occurred. So when the water line is breaking, and there is a photo of them working on the water line, and where the water's seeping through the line there, we've uncovered it there, and they're making repairs. You can see when that happens, that water service gets disrupted. I mean, you don't have water at all. A lot of people don't. But then even after the water line is patched, fixed, replaced, whatever, then you have a boil alert. And right now, there is what they call a boil alert in effect for all Wellston City customers. And Mayor Hudson yesterday said that he expected that to be in effect for probably 2 days. So that would be certainly today, at least into tomorrow. And that means that anytime, you have water and you're using it for consumption, you need to bring it to a full boil. That's a tough one.
That is tough to say.
For a minute or two, or 3, to be sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Or just buy some water to drink. And
right. You can go that
whatever.
route too. I think a lot of people do that as well. They break out their Dasani or whatever.
Yep.
Is Dasani a sponsor? I guess not. Sorry about that.
About as much as Crocs are.
Okay. All right. But anyway, the water line break is repaired. And I know that a lot of the folks in Wellston, the city officials, the mayor, really appreciates the work of the water department. Not a lot of folks in that department. Suddenly, that's how they're spending their Sunday down in a hole fixing that water line break. And probably people complaining because they have no water and they are working hard to fix it. All right. We talked about the Jackson Area Chamber of Commerce Appreciation Banquet. Didn't have one last year. The chamber was kind of non-existent there for a while through a difficult period. Plus, you had COVID.
Right.
Well, the chamber has re-energized this year. A lot of new folks on the board, some older folks on the board, still working hard for the chamber. Randy Heath, the former executive director, is on the board, I know, helping with all this.
Okay.
But they're having an appreciation banquet again this year. It's going to be Thursday, October 21st. That's a week from next Thursday, and it's going to be at the Parks Edge Event Center.
Okay.
What a neat place to have it. I mean, we've been there. Big room, probably bigger than any of the other venues where they've had a chance to have these appreciation banquets in the past. They've had them at Cantor's Cave years ago. Then they went to the Family Life Center. Both of those places are nice, but Parks Edge, that big room is even bigger. And so that accommodates a larger crowd and also makes social distancing a little bit easier for these indoor events. But I'm going to run down the award winners because these are coveted community awards, if you have not heard yet. And this story, by the way, is posted on the Telegram website, and it was in our paper on Saturday, right on the front page. But here are the honorees. The business of the year is Bellisio Foods. The food manufacturer has 1,200 employees, and they every time you turn around, they're doing another expansion or whatever. And so I think that's a wonderful choice for business of the year because they do a lot of business here. They hire and employ a lot of people, and they have been more active corporately and civically in the community, doing a lot of good deeds. So excellent choice there. The entrepreneur of the year. I don't think we're going to argue with this. How about the Downtown Treatery?
Oh, very good.
I mean,
Yay!
I mean, they started last year, I think, in January, didn't they? And talk about a year to start a business.
I know.
And
you're not kidding.
But I tell you what, if you had a Downtown Treatery donut, you know why they've been successful.
You're not kidding.
It's the taste and presentation both. Why?
Yes.
Don't you agree with the Downtown Treatery donuts? And of course, it's on Broadway Street. That's the Brennans. Nicole Brennan right there, I know, is in the shop all the time working.
Yes.
Does very well with that business, and it has been awarded the Entrepreneur of the Year award, and they will be one of the honorees at that chamber banquet. The community,
that's exciting.
Yes, it is. The Community Pride Award goes to Jaffe, the Jackson Area Festivals and Events Association, and they are being honored. I think really two things. Number one, they're being honored for being steadfast and working through all the problems to have a festival this year. And they had all those headaches last year when they couldn't have a festival. They did all the planning and
100%.
organization. They were on the fence. Can we do this? Can we not do this? And, they decided, for the good of the public and also just, not being able to get a lot of commitments that they needed, they decided not to do it last year, which was the case with a lot of the big events last year. But more than just the Apple Festival, they do other projects as too.
A lot.
They're community service oriented. They do food drives where they food giveaway events several times a year with the help of the United Fund, and they do a number of other things as well. They are one of the groups that are behind, the Jaffe Jeepin' for Joy project, where that leads to a lot of Christmas gifts for underprivileged children in the Jackson area. So that's the Community Pride Award. The
Very
Legacy
good.
Award, as we said, will be going to Call Auto Sales.
That's
So
great.
congratulations to them for more than 100 years of service. Every year, Jennifer, the Chamber also does some beautification awards.
Mhm.
That is to reward some of the businesses and organizations that have made it a point to improve their properties and the looks of their property. And there could be lots of awards for this, I know, but the ones that they picked are good ones. One will be the Hubbard Daniels Accounting Office, which they're in a new location. They moved from the Office Commons, which of course leased office space,
Yeah.
to the former Milton Bank, later Ohio Valley Bank property.
Correct.
That's right there on Main and Harding, and that's a building you don't want to have empty. It's a nice building.
And it's a beautiful building.
Right, and
it needs a life.
Right, and,
you know?
and even though it hasn't been around that long, Hubbard and Daniels both did. Hubbard and Daniels, which of course is Lee Hubbard and Susan Daniels, the co-owner operators, accountants. They did some nice changes to the property to adapt it to an accounting office rather than a bank. And they did some nice things out front as well. They have a beautiful sign out front.
It is, and landscaping, and did a lot.
Right. And, they wanted to do it the right way. They moved in there. They moved in late August, and they are now operating from there. Also, another one was the Parks Edge Event Center. They are getting honored, which you have to say that was a major investment.
Yeah,
if we don't say so ourselves.
Right.
And that was turning the Ponderosa restaurant, turning a restaurant into an event center.
Correct.
And so, of course, everybody can see all the work that was put into that if they go to the Chamber Banquet, if they haven't been in there yet.
I know.
But
But
it's in there
It's
in the
full
same
circle.
building where the stockroom 601 is, and they're complementing entities, I think, because the stockroom, does some shows. They, of course, have a family-friendly tavern, night spot in there, and, they do some other events in there as well. And so, once again, Parks Edge Event Center, one of the Beautification Awards. That's at 601 East Main Street. That's why they call it the Stockroom 601. All right.
Makes sense.
The Jackson County Banking Center of the Vinton County National Bank. That has to be on the list of
I
beautification.
would say so.
It's right there on McCarty Lane.
Yes.
They opened a new building earlier this year, and they moved from a leased office, much smaller, over on Veterans Drive, so it wasn't too far. This is not too far down the road from Walmart. That's always a good reference point.
Picture of it right behind you, Pete.
Okay.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is. They are our They're one of our sponsors.
Yes.
And so we applaud them. Right?
Yay!
471 McCarty, and that is a really nice building.
It is
Randy Evans
gorgeous.
Construction, I know, did the work on that.
Yeah,
And,
they worked their magic on that one,
right,
didn't
they did. They've done a lot of nice magic all over the place. I don't think anyone can argue with that.
No.
But that's a nice facility there. That's where our good friend Amanda Crabtree is working
That's
now.
right.
She knows it's a good place, and it's a beautiful place. So they're getting a
It's gorgeous.
beautification award. The other award winner on beautification, it's a smaller place, but yet they did a lot of work. And Jennifer, you know this. You've walked past it many times. It's the Edward Jones location right here in downtown Jackson.
Yes.
John Lewis. Right. There's 3 Edward Jones
Man.
offices in Jackson. So this is the one
Yep.
that is almost directly across the street from the courthouse.
Mhm.
And John Lewis actually closed his office for several months to do this work inside and out.
It is beautiful.
It is. And he gets a beautification award on behalf of Edward
Yay.
Jones. So all those awards, plus probably other recognitions, will happen at the Chamber Banquet on the 21st. So we want to tell you about tickets. First of all, it's going to be 6:30 p.m. social hour at 6:30. It's a nice coming out party for people in the Jackson area. It's a nice event. It always has been throughout the years. Tickets are available. You can contact Tricia Humphreys at Hubbard Daniels by calling 740-286-4696, or you can email at tricia@cpahubbard.com. The tickets are $40. They can be obtained online. Now, I know that was a mouthful that I just went over, but you can go out and check our story on the front page of the Telegram. If you don't have the paper, you can go online and see that story. And you can also, I'm sure, go to the Jackson Chamber of Commerce's either website or Facebook and get that information as well. Does that sound right, James?
Yes. I'm not sure if the information is on the website, but it is definitely on their Facebook page. If you give me just a second here.
There it is.
There is the Facebook post.
All right. And they're also looking, I don't know whether it's too late for this, probably not. They're looking for table sponsors too. $100, and there's so many seats around the table, and you are responsible for that table. You do the gifts there for the people that sit at that table, and I know they already have some sponsors, and they're looking for more. If you're looking through another way to support the chamber and support your community. All right, so that's that. Homecoming weekend, both at Wellston High School and Vinton County High School. This was last Friday, and we had a beautiful night for it. And at Wellston High School, the new queen is Jenna Johnson. There she is on the left, and she is with band member Christopher Jones, who is the homecoming king at Wellston.
Good.
These two were crowned in ceremonies just before the football game, for the Golden Rockets football game. The other senior queen attendants were Lexus Justice and Faith Evans. The underclassmen attendants were junior Sydney Walters, sophomore Wyatt McGee, and freshman Avery Fain. The queen was crowned by last year's queen, Isabella Aragoni, and Christopher Jones, the king, was crowned by last year's king, Alex Ewing. Very nice ceremony before the game. And Wellston, the Rockets made it a happy night all the way around because they beat Athens that night for the first time in quite a few years. All right, at Vinton County High School, homecoming up there as well. And there on the right, you see this year's 2021 homecoming queen, Cassandra Mayers, and obviously she's also a cheerleader.
Yeah.
And she is being crowned by last year's queen on the left. That is Kiki Barlow. I think Kiki might have been the fair queen too, either last year or the year before. But anyway, Cassandra Mayers, this year's homecoming queen at Vinton County High School. River Hayes was the homecoming king. He was actually crowned on Wednesday when they had a big homecoming parade and bonfire and pep rally, in kind of to get everybody juiced up for homecoming night on Friday night.
How fun.
Other attendants, we want to mention them as well because they were in the spotlight. The senior attendants were Zoe Kiefer and Micah McFadden. The underclassmen attendants were juniors Jalen Conley and Chloe Habron. The sophomore attendant was Riley McNichols, and the freshman attendant was Zeta McIntyre. The other senior attendants for King were Donovan Wardman, Braden Wellman, and Asa Davidson. Of course, both at Wellston and Vinton County, they had homecoming dances on Saturday night. And the Vikings, by the way, defeated River Valley in the football game Friday night, so everybody was happy. Not just for the homecoming royalty, but also for the football team.
That's right.
All right. We are less than a month away from the general election. So do not forget that you can vote early. Not often, but you can vote early. All right, you can just one at a time.
Depending on where you are, but
yeah, okay. Well, now that sounds like a political statement, but it might be true.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right, okay, all right. You can vote early at both the Jackson County Board of Elections and the Vinton County Board of Elections. The early voting period has begun. Remember, the Jackson County Board of Elections is in a new location.
That's right.
25 East South Street. That is the Job and Family Services building, and thankfully now they have some smaller yard signs outside that says voting.
I noticed that when I walked by on Saturday.
Oh, that was very smart to do. They need a bigger sign, but that's a start. You go around to the back through the side parking lot, and on the back side, there is 2 doors. You want to go on the one that is to the left. It's marked. It says employee entrance.
Yes.
It's not really employee entrance unless you're a Board of Elections employee. It's for the public to enter to do the early voting.
Don't be confused.
It's the
big green awning.
It's the door on the left there. It may be better marked by now. But the early voting period began last Tuesday. It will continue all the way through the day before the election, which is Monday, November 1st. And this week, if you're voting at either the Jackson County or Vinton County Board of Elections or any of the other 86 boards of elections in the state of Ohio, the office will be open from 8 to 5. Normally, it's open till 4. So that is 1 extra hour that you can get there. Later on, hours will be extended even more later in the month to 7 p.m. on some of these weekdays. And I believe
so you don't have an excuse.
The final week heading into the election, it will even be open on Saturday and Sunday, the Elections Board offices. In addition to voting early, in person, that's what they call it, you can also vote absentee. You can pick up a form at the Board of Elections. You can have one requested mailed to you, and then you can fill it and drop it back off. You can mail it in. That's another way to vote absentee. Both of them are considered early/absentee voting. And remember, That number keeps going up every year. We know that COVID had something to do with it going up last year, but it seems to be a trend.
How do you request those absentee ballots?
You can call your respective Board of Elections,
Okay.
286-2905 in Jackson County, 596-5855 in Vinton County, and they can get you, they will, if you give them the address, they will mail you an absentee.
Okay.
They try to make it as easy as they can on you. You can also go to the Board of Elections and pick one up. I believe that you can go online and request as well. That's another way to do it.
Okay.
So we do want to say there was another bit of election news that we just picked up this morning that I'll pass on, and we'll be giving you little news snippets on the election and the candidates as we go along here. But we learned this morning that in the race for the Wellston City Board of Education, there are 3 seats up, and there were 5 candidates. Well, there are now 4.
Oh.
Write-in candidate Nathan Mullahan confirmed to me this morning that he has withdrawn his candidacy.
Okay.
He had filed as a write-in candidate. Nathan, very well known in the Wellston area. I believe his son's the starting quarterback for the Rockets. He is also probably best known for being the proprietor of Rocket Pizza.
Oh, okay.
Proprietor of Rocket Pizza. And that leaves the field of candidates, 4 candidates for 3 seats. They would be incumbents Terry Gill and Jennifer Ousley Pittman, write-in candidate John Jackson, and independent candidate Roger Rader. So 4 people running for 3 seats. Of course, this is a big election locally because we have school board candidates contested races in the Jackson School District, in the Vinton County School District, not in the Oak Hill District, although there's people on the ballot. And then there are contests in the city of Jackson for at-large council. And we'll go over all those because we want you to know what's at stake coming up in this November 2nd election. All right, as we look ahead, the 39th Annual Foothills Art Festival is just around the corner. We've even passed the corner. It's this Thursday.
That's right.
And it's going to be a new place, the Parks Edge Event Center. Now, is that getting
Correct.
to be the in-place for big events?
Yeah, I love that.
And, it's got that big parking lot out there. It's right on the main drag, close to, a lot of other businesses and restaurants and so forth. And it's always been at Cantor's Cave, which is beautiful out there, the
gorgeous.
fall colors and all. But there's fall colors here in town, too. We've got trees. But anyway, it's going to be at the Parks Edge Event Center. It has gone on 39 years. Can you believe that? I remember when the Southern Hills Arts Council took it over. It started out at Ginger Winery. Do you remember that?
Amanda and I were talking on Friday about that, and I said, I can remember being a little tyke and going out there and it being at the winery. Yes.
Right. But most of the years...
That's showing our age, Pete.
No, I know. It's you too even, right? Okay. All right. But anyway, Parks Edge Event Center, it's going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And they're going to do a preview reception on Thursday evening. Now, that is not open to the public unless you're one of the sponsors. And that gives you it's a chance not only to get a sneak peek at the art ahead of everybody, but also to buy the art. And then they have some kind of system where you're in line and you pick in not in a random order, but it gets picked. But you're in the pool there to actually buy the art. And a lot of people are interested in buying the art.
Yes.
And a lot of the artists are interested, obviously, in selling their art. So this weekend at the Foothills Art Festival, 601 East Main Street, and that will be on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll be giving you more information on that. We do have a story in the Telegram and on the website, and I believe we saved that to Facebook as well.
Cool.
All right, last Thursday.
While we're still talking about the Arts
Yes.
Festival, Matt Wilson will be in tomorrow, and he's going to tell us
Oh, okay.
all the details.
You
So we're gonna
will.
be
We're
talking
excited about that.
Foothills
He-
Art
he-
Festival all morning tomorrow.
Okay, well, Matt Wilson has really stepped up and been one of the prominent figures now in the arts community. He's the president of the Southern Hills Arts Council Board, and I know that he had a whole lot to do with the most recent exhibit that just opened at the Marquee, which I'm just about getting ready to talk about. But he can talk about, when the Foothills Art Festival is open. Traditionally, it's been Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll see if the hours are going to be the same now that it's in a new venue. I know there's not quite as many pieces of art as there have been in the past because of all what we've been through, but I think there's going to be over 200. So
Wow.
that is a lot.
Well, I was there yesterday when they had their drop off, and the parking lot was full. So I think they got a lot of stuff.
Right.
Good.
Well, I know they've always, as a benchmark, so people know when it is, they always like to have it the weekend after Columbus Day. And people who are bringing in their art that's working the project, they have the weekend. Plus, some people are off on that holiday, so
Correct. So
makes,
that's helpful.
makes it easier in the
Sure.
in the preparation and setup. All right. Last Thursday evening, I went to the Marquette Cultural Arts Center where they had a opening night reception for the latest display, and I could not believe the crowd. I mean, it's the biggest crowd I've ever seen for a preview reception. I looked around for Elvis, and I could not find him. It wasn't
you
Elvis.
found the next best thing.
It was
didn't you?
Bob Eisenagel. Bob Eisenagel, who's been on our TV before, promoting the arts. Well, now he is in the spotlight.
Yes.
And I tell you what, the turnout shows the standing that Bob Eisenagel has in the community, not only in the arts community, but in the community at large. 62 pieces of art are in that exhibit. And there he is addressing the crowd at this preview reception. That I really had to work to get that picture so that nobody else was in it except 2 people, because it was very crowded in there. But 62 pieces, about 6 or 7 different kinds of art. That's the thing that just blows your mind. Painting, pastel, colored pencil.
He does it all.
Sculpture.
He does everything.
I've got the list, but I mean, he's got it all there. And that exhibit will stay on display through October the 28th, so you want to get a chance to see that. And there's Bob outside. That was the bill, the sidewalk bill of sale that they had outside to show it was going on. And Bob just he's humbled but so proud of the art. And really pleased that so many people came out to support him. But that exhibit now on display at the Marquette Cultural Arts Center. He said if you give him a call, he'll even open up the place and give you a personal private tour if he possibly can. He is retired now as a Jackson High School art teacher. That's the thing. The theme of his show is "It's My Time," and that fits so well because he has always loved to do his own art, but he was so busy being an art instructor and helping other people.
Right.
All the stuff he did with SHAC, Southern Hills Arts Council, helping others and promoting the arts. Over the last 2 years since he's been retired, he's been able to add a lot to his own art collection, and so he felt like he had an impressive enough collection to have his own exhibit. And they had asked him before to do this before, and now he was comfortable doing it. And it is impressive. Just take a walk through there. The diversity and the talent is just blows your mind. So once again, that's 269 East Main Street, right in the middle of town. Their regular gallery hours are usually Friday through no, wait a minute. Is it Wednesday through Friday now? Wednesday through Friday.
Is it Saturday too? They're open?
I'm not sure if they are anymore on the weekends.
I don't know.
But they're Wednesday through Friday, I think, from 12 to 5.
Okay.
And then
I think 12 to 5.
There used to be other times by appointment. I'm not sure that they're doing that, but you can check the Marquette website and Facebook there. And we'll try to pin that down for our story that we'll have going in hopefully Wednesday's paper.
So it's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 12 to 5.
Okay, so you're right.
12 to 5. And, they used to do the hours on the weekend, and I'm sure they'd still like to do that. But, they don't have the staff that they used to. And I tell you, it's just hard to stretch when you're busy.
Yes,
So,
it is.
Oh, all right. Another big project that is opening up is the Geared Up for Christmas project in Jackson. That used to be Secret Santa of Jackson County.
Correct.
Tom and Loretta Jones did that for so many years, and they were so thrilled when the Gear Grinders, the Jackson County Gear Grinders, stepped up and took over this project. And it is a biggie. But to make it work, they need volunteers, and more than that, they need donations,
Yes.
financial donations. They need businesses to step up and be places where gifts can be dropped off or money can be dropped off. And of course, on the front end, they need to know who needs the Christmas gifts so they can know how much to try to get. And that phase has started, Jennifer. The purpose of this organization is to assist low-income families in need with Christmas gifts for their children. They began accepting applications on Tuesday, October 5th. That was last Tuesday, and they will continue through November 15th. So you don't have right up until Christmas to put in an application.
And you have to ask.
If you're interested in applying, the necessary forms can be picked up at the Jackson City Library. That's where you go to do it.
Okay.
There are requirements which can be found on the application that you pick up. But what they want to make clear is they want to help as many people as they can. And they know that there's other programs out there that do this as well, and they want everybody's generosity to spread as far as possible. And they ask that if you do Geared Up for Christmas, you don't do another one, or if you're already doing another one, don't do Geared Up for Christmas.
Correct.
Because they try to be very generous with what they give. Geared Up for Christmas wants to make it clear that individuals should not apply for children who are not in their legal care. So, it is somebody in your family or within your guardianship that you apply for. Additionally, organizers ask that applicants be honest and only apply for the holiday gift assistance they truly are in need.
Right.
This is for people in need.
Yes.
It's just not for anybody. And they do count on donations from local businesses and members of the community. They are also seeking businesses to operate as what they call angel tree locations and box drop donations, where people can drop off gifts or drop off donations to help the cause. They are also accepting monetary donations. They could really use those right now. Jennifer, if you want to apply or donate, you can direct all mail to Geared Up Through Christmas at Post Office Box 8. That's easy to remember. Post Office Box 8, Jackson, Ohio. And you can also contact them through Facebook. Applications, once again, for service. If you want to get your family in on this and you know that there is a need, you will maybe be able to take care of your kids if you don't have some help. And there's lots of people in those unfortunate circumstances. Go to the Jackson City Library for an application. All right. One of the jewels in our local area, and it's an outdoor thing, and you know all about it, I'm sure, is the Lake Catherine State Nature Preserve.
Yes.
They probably don't allow you to have your horse out there.
No.
But I know you probably walked it, right?
Definitely.
Right. And a lot of people, nature lovers, go out there and hike those 3 trails that they have out there. Now, they haven't had as many events as they used to have. They used to have the wildflower walks and some other things. Mm-hmm. People still fish there and all. But it really is a hidden gem. All you need is 2 healthy legs to go do it.
It is gorgeous.
And maybe a compass, if you don't make a wrong turn. But they're going to have a real neat event out there next Saturday called a tree identification hike. You see all these beautiful trees, and unless you're an arborist or something, you may not know what they are. You recognize a maple and the oak and some of the main ones.
The normal
what's
trees,
that and what's that? I've always been interested in that. And they're going to have a tree identification hike Saturday. And Lake Catherine State Nature Preserve.
Is.
Oh, there it is. Well, thank you, James, for finding that picture. It is absolutely beautiful. If you have not seen that overlook there, that is right off where the residential home used to be for the preserve manager.
Yep.
You can park right there and go down one of the trails if you're fishing there. But if you have an overlook there, that is one of the more beautiful scenes in Jackson County, hands down. I'm sure I haven't seen them all, but that has to be in the top 5.
It's, I would say, top 3. Yeah,
and be careful because there's no fence or anything there. And
you mean Graveyard Cliff?
It's a long way down. There's a graveyard there, isn't there? There used to be. But anyway, Lake Catherine State Nature Preserve has over 60 species of trees. So somebody's been out there counting them because they said that. But anyway, Roger Donaldson, who says he doesn't know a whole lot about trees, but he's a good community person in Rotarian, he has helped set this up with the State Nature Preserve, and Dave Apsley, who probably knows as much about trees as anybody around here, not just Christmas trees, but all trees. He's a forester with OSU Extension. He will be out here to lead a guided hike.
Neat.
Where they will discuss the basics of tree identification in the field. If you want to go, you meet at 10 a.m. in the main parking lot. I'm sure that's off the Beaver Pike, that side. Yeah. There's a little parking lot and area there where you get on the trails to the launching point, and that is where you should go if you want to be on the hike. And there is another great scene of Lake Catherine. I mean, it is completely wooded all the way around there. I mean, you think you're in Canada or Alaska or someplace.
It's definitely a gem.
It is so beautiful. And, you think of the Edwin Jones and the people who came before who built that, and the fact that, when their time was gone, they and their families wanted this to become part of the public's domain.
They were, yes.
That was wonderful. And on the tree identification hike, I think that would be a great experience, but you can go out there anytime. I think there's 3 different hikes. One of them might be a little bit more than a mile, and I think the longest one might be about 3. You don't swim in Lake Catherine. Don't do that.
No.
But you can fish and you can boat.
No doggies.
And you just don't go out there and do it. You have to call and make an appointment. One of the things they did, they never wanted it to be too crowded out on the lake. Right. And so there's a certain number of boats they allow out on the boat.
Yeah, they do like a lottery permit thing, I think.
Right, and no motorized boat or anything. And if you really want to fish and boat, they make you work because you've got to carry that boat down the hill.
You do, yeah. It's not easy.
Right, exactly. But I've done that many times, and it was worth it every time because there's some big bluegill in there.
Yeah.
All right, some traffic updates that we want to tell you. In Jackson County, this comes from ODOT District 9, State Route 327, this will be north of Wellston, will be closed starting next Monday, October the 18th, for 5 days from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. And this is for some work that they're doing on construction. They hope that work will be done within a week or two, but that will be not this week, but next week. State Route 327 will be closed for 5 days between the two loop road intersections. I think there's only about like a mile between those loop road. It's not too far north of Wellston, so kind of look for that starting next week. In Jackson, they have finished the state paving that's there on the south end on State Route 93 and also State Route 139 coming into town on Bennett Avenue and all like that.
School, yeah.
But they're still doing some curb work and storm work and drainage work. There might be some traffic restrictions there, although both lanes should be open. So just drive carefully through those areas. Okay. In Vinton County, this week, starting today, there's a tree trimming project on State Route 356 between US Route 50 and the Athens County line. That's in the northeastern part of the county. The road will be completely closed from 7:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. Work is estimated to be completed by the end of the month, Friday, October the 29th. Once again, because of tree trimming, lots of trees in Vinton County. Monday, October the 11th, it will be closed starting on today on State Route 356 between Route 50 and the Athens County line during the daytime hours of 7:30 to 3. The Oak Hill Area Chamber of Commerce is meeting today. That's probably, I think, the number one civic group in Oak Hill. It's not only the chamber supporting the businesses, but a lot of people go to these meetings to participate and find different ways to support the community. They meet monthly, usually on the second Monday of each month, and this is a meeting date. Even though it's Columbus Day, they will meet, and they're going to do it outside. What a wonderful day to be outside.
Sure.
Central Memorial Park, it will be at noon. Anyone can come. You don't have to be a chamber member. Lunch will be provided by Subway. They always cater it. A local business brings in some light fare for lunch. Costs only $5, but they want to know that you're coming in advance, so you might give them a call. And if you want to have a drink and you plan to have lunch, bring the drink with you. But Subway will provide the lunch for only $5. All right. Also, this Wednesday, there will be no meeting of the Jackson County Commissioners. Normally, they meet on Tuesday, but they always back it up one day if there's a Monday holiday. And today, the county offices are closed. So the meeting would normally be on Wednesday. Well, they're not going to have a meeting at all this week.
Okay.
No meeting with the Jackson County Commissioners on Wednesday. All right. Football season.
Whoop.
We're still in football season, and we've got some scores to share. I made the trip to Fayette County, hard on the banks of Paint Creek last Friday. And the Jackson Ironmen defeated the Washington Courthouse Blue Lions, a pretty good football team.
Wow, that's rough.
62-27. The Ironmen are averaging over 50 points a game so far in Frontier Athletic Conference play. They are now 6-2 overall, 3-0 in the conference, tied for first place, 2 games yet to go. And the Ironmen right now are ranked second in their region among all the teams that are in Region 11, Division III, Region 11. Why is that important? The higher seed you have, first of all, 16 teams make the playoffs. They're going to do that.
Yeah.
Being number 2.
It'd be pretty hard not to.
The higher seed you have, the better draw you have in the tournament, plus the top 8 get to have a home game the first week. I think if you're in the top, I think that the second week, the higher seed will also get a home game. I think that's the way that it's setting up.
That would be nice.
I haven't heard that for sure, but I have heard that will be announced. But anyway, for sure, the first game will be a home game if Jackson can stay in the top 8. Next Friday, though, they play the Miami Trace Panthers. Got to go all the way over there to Washington Courthouse again. And guess what? They have not lost in the Frontier Athletic Conference either. So that looks like a showdown game. That'll be next Friday. And by the way, this is a by the way statement. We had broadcast trouble, technical trouble a week ago when we did the Greenfield game at home, and we were going to have to repair our unit. Well, guess what? Thanks to Total Media, Alan Stockmeister at the very top, Karina Folks right below, we got brand new equipment.
What?
Justin Drummond, who does a lot of IT work for the company, made that happen, made a trip to Columbus even on Friday.
Nice.
We got new equipment, and we are just like a kid with a new toy. The three of us, Dan Morrow, Dan Dobbins, and Pete Wilson, we're all technologically challenged, but we got that thing working, and we understand that the broadcast came through so clear, and we appreciate all the people who were concerned that they couldn't hear us so well the week before, and we do apologize for that, but it just didn't work.
That's all right.
You know, we flipped the switch and nothing happened, or something happened, but it wasn't very good. You couldn't hear us very well at all. So we do thank the company for that, and we shouldn't have any trouble from here on in.
Good.
All right, in other football action, the Wellston Golden Rockets, we said that they played a homecoming game. Look at that score, 49-28 over the Athens Bulldogs. It's always nice in the TVC Ohio if you beat the big dog Athens.
Yeah.
And they did it on homecoming night. And the Rockets are now 4-4 overall, 3-1 in the TVC Ohio. And what that means is they still are in the running for that TVC Ohio championship. They're only one game behind the leaders right now. So congratulations to them. The Vinton County local Vikings, the Vinton County local schools, the Vikings, they also won 45-0 over River Valley. That was homecoming for them. The Vikings are 5-2 overall, and they are 3-0 in the TVC Ohio.
Nice.
They are a half game ahead of the Rockets, and they're tied, or at least a half game behind Nelsonville York, who also has not lost. Well, guess what happens this week? Vinton County plays Nelsonville at Nelsonville. Another showdown game.
Awesome.
The winner of that game will be in first place in the TVC Ohio. Now, if Vinton County wins and Wellston wins, I think Wellston plays Meigs, they will come into the last week of the season to play that big rivalry game on Friday, Vinton County versus Wellston. And if Wellston beats Vinton County, there'll be a tie for the championship. And maybe Nelsonville York would be in there too, even if Nelsonville York gets beat by Vinton County this week. Nelsonville York plays Athens the last week, and that's always a big rivalry too. So a lot of things goes into this plot right now. But both the Vikings and the Rockets, the shorthand version is they are in the running for the TVC Ohio Championship. The Ironmen are right now tied for first place. If they beat Miami Trace, all they have to do the last week is beat Chillicothe, which is a big thing because Chillicothe beat them last year. So, just stay tuned to the radio on Friday night. All of our broadcast crews will keep you up on all of it. Also on last Friday night, the Oak Hill Oaks played the Medford Falcons. Mm-hmm. That's a big neighborhood game, and Medford got the best of it. They defeated Oak Hill 48-0. Remember, Paul Carver and the Oaks have a very young team. They've also had some injury problems, and so it's been a tough year. But, they are 1-7 overall, and they will be playing a couple more games this year as well in the SOC Division II. And that SOC Division II, those schools, most of them are bigger than Oak Hill. So it is challenging, especially in a year where you're rebuilding.
Awesome.
All right. And we want to end our sports report and our news report by tipping our hats to, of course, the Vinton County Lady Vikings. Remember how good they were in basketball last year? Went to the state tournament. It's not exactly the same girls, but it's a lot of them. They play volleyball too.
Aha.
And last Thursday, they clinched a share of the TVC Ohio title by defeating Meigs in 4 games. They lost the first one 21-25, but then they won 25-10, 25-12, 25-13, which are pretty easy scores to win by. That is Zoe Kiefer, who, when she's not a homecoming attendant, is playing volleyball and swatting the ball at her poor opponents because she's about 6'2". But anyway, Zoe and the Lady Vikings are once again the TVC Ohio champions. I think all they have to do is win one more game, and they will be the undisputed champs again.
Wow.
I'm not sure who they play or when it is, but all they need is one more victory, and they are the co-champs.
You got this, girls.
They are nothing worse than the co-champs for sure. That game, by the way, is written up in our Saturday edition of the Telegram. Red Thompson Jr. was there to cheer them on. Isn't he a good guy? All right, so that's the news, and I've brought you right to the weather, and I know you're not going to let us out on that.
Well, thank you, Pete. That was awesome, and lots of stuff going on.
There is.
You can now breathe.
I can breathe, right.
Yes.
I have to go down the stairs, no elevator.
Oh, that's true.
That's okay. Well, there'll be a time when we don't have to worry about the elevator, right?
I think so.
Right.
Hopefully.
Yes. Coming soon to your Facebook monitors will be a new venue through Main Street TV, maybe within a month, maybe less, who knows. But
We don't know.
we are in the process of
It's a
moving Total
surprise.
Media over to Stockmeister Plaza. The newspaper is already over there. Zip Printing is already over there. I think the sales team that represents all of our platforms will be there maybe by the end of the week. Then that leaves Main Street TV, and that leaves Matt McKee in the radio. And
Correct.
you'll be joining us, and I know you'll like it over there.
Yeah, I'd say you're right.
Very nice. They are working for you.
Good.
They'll have a nice place for you.
Woohoo. Well, thank you, Pete.
With air conditioning. And
Yeah,
heat.
air that works.
All right.
We got this. All right. Well, before we get on to anything else, let's go over the weather forecast. And yeah, it's just gorgeous. Today, sunny 83. Tomorrow, sunny 79. Wednesday, sunny 79. A little bit of chance of rain popping up into the weekend, but of course that could change between now and then. But those highs are just staying perfect for this time of the year, so we can't beat that at all. All righty.
Well, I found
he's up to something.
I found something fun that I thought we might end on today.
He's up to something, Pete.
So I was going through my old family home videos yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
And my sister was the Festival of Flags queen when she was in school. And so I found a video. This is the 2007 Coal Festival parade that we had taped. My grandmother had taped off a television. And this is just like a, almost 15 years later, like total media kind of all-star team here. So it starts off with Jen and her dad introducing the parade. Jen being frustrated that her dad won't let her talk.
No way.
And then it cuts to John Pelletier.
Awesome.
Then it goes to John Pelletier emceeing the parade. And there are several cameos by Red Thompson standing in front of the camera during the parade.
That was, yeah.
So
That's typical.
He is prone to do that.
Yeah, so I thought this would be fun to show, and you guys might get a kick out of this. So here is the 2007 Coal Festival parade.
Oh my God.
70s. So there you are. Hope it gets out of the way for the Apple Festival next week.
That's exactly right.
I hate to see the Coal Festival and the Apple Festival have rain.
Well, the Coal Festival didn't, so maybe the Apple Festival won't. Can I talk for like 5 seconds before we go to
Go right ahead. Sure. I don't want to hold this program up in any way this morning.
Summers Home Center in Wellston, Beverly said the other day that they now have sterling silver crosses available, necklaces. They have rubies coming in. They have floating opal necklaces. They have diamonds. They have real pearls. And they have all kind of neat new jewelry coming in. So stop in Summers Home Center. A lot of times we don't talk about the jewelry department at Summers, but they do have a pretty jewelry department, and you can stop in now and see it because Beverly's ordered a whole bunch of stuff and it's coming in.
I just come up with the ultimate gift. I'm sitting here and all at once this just came to me like a bolt of lightning. It must be the oatmeal.
Oh, it must be.
Yeah. I'm going to do this every day, that oatmeal stuff. It makes me feel a lot better. Makes me mentally sharp. How about...
Wait till he starts the flavored oatmeal.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, the cinnamon. How about a diamond-studded recliner? Let me try this again. How about a diamond-studded recliner?
That must be our cue. Wow, Lou, that would be fabulous.
Thank you. There you go.
That's dumb.
Who
wants to sit on a diamond?
Think about what would it feel like to sit on a diamond?
Diamond? I mean, hello. It's the hardest substance in the world. Why would you want to sit on it?
To get rid of hemorrhoids. Is it time to go? You asked me, I told you. Do you have that queued up now?
I think.
All right, we're going to go to the stage. Last Saturday night, the stage for the Coal Festival for our old partner.
Take me away.
Our old partner and friend, John Pelletier.
Yes.
Is the MC.
I hope you didn't mess anything up.
No, I didn't. Here we go.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Here's John.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for the beginning of our 2006 Grand Finale Parade. Brought to you by the fine folks and good neighbors of the Oak Hill Banks, our corporate sponsor here for our Coal Festival. And let's welcome the Wellston Police Department. And inside, we got our own Mayor, Butch Hayburn. Butch, how are you today, buddy? The city of Wellston is very fortunate to have these fine men and women available 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. We never want to forget one of our fallen officers, Miss Kelly Lambert. We miss you, Kelly. We also want to thank the Chief, John Hall, and his police officers for their protection of Wellston. They're truly our hometown heroes. And driving the car tonight is Precinct 1 Ambassador of the Year, Adam Cantor. Let's give them a round of applause. Also, ladies and gentlemen, carrying our Wellston Coal Festival banner, it's Nick Darrow and Jordan Hudson. Also, let's welcome the Ohio State Highway Patrol, another hometown hero. Let's give them a welcome. Gentlemen, welcome to the Coal Festival. Another hometown hero is our Jackson County Sheriff's Department and Sheriff John Chasteen. Welcome. And also, we'd like to welcome our neighbors from the south. Let's put our hands together and welcome the Jackson City Police Department. And that is their K-9 unit. Welcome to the Coal Festival. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we have our Southeastern Ohio Emergency Medical Service team. More hometown heroes. Gentlemen, hi, Gary. Welcome to the festival. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause for our men in blue, the Wellston City Fire Department. You know, there's no city in the size of Wellston has a better and finer fire department than we do. Not only do they do fires, but most of the firemen are trained to be first responders. And thanks to Station Chief Dan Gill, the assistants Tom Helm and Ryan Pelletier, and of course all of the volunteers. Gentlemen and ladies, we're proud of you. You are, of course, our hometown heroes. And also going past us from the Wellston Fire Department is our new Wellston ladder truck. Once again, men in blue, we're proud of you. Our hometown heroes. And let's welcome from Macarthur, the Macarthur Fire Department, their 1942 Chevrolet fire truck. Big number 1. Hey, welcome to the Coal Festival. And here we have engine number 1. Gentlemen, welcome to our Coal Festival. Glad to have you with us. Also, let's welcome the Colton Fire Department. The Colton Volunteer Fire Department, don't forget, has bingo every Friday night at the James A. Road Center in Colton. Gentlemen, welcome to Wellston and our Coal Festival. The Colton Volunteer Fire Department. Big fish fry. You said what, Saturday? All right, that sounds good. Hey everybody, it's those nasty boys from Hamden, the Hamden Volunteer Fire Department. Chief Jim Beckner and his staff would like to welcome you to bingo each week in Hamden. Don't forget the nasty boys are definitely hometown heroes. Welcome to our coal festival. Also from Jackson, the Jackson Ladder Truck. Gentlemen, welcome to our coal festival. The City of Jackson's Fire Department. Glad to have you with us. Hey, join us in welcoming the Boy Scouts of America and their troop leader, Bob Bach. Troop 57, the boys meet each Thursday night at St. Peter and Paul Parish Hall. Gentlemen, you're looking good. Also, we have our Grand Marshal, both of them, Tom and Tina Brenner. Tom and Tina are lifelong residents of Wellston and to this day remain as active citizens. Tom and Tina have served 13 years on the Wellston Ohilco Society Board. Tom has served as festival chairman for 10, and Tina served as Queen's chairperson for 8 years. We're proud. They are the proud parents of 3 children, Aaron Dupree, Jennifer Brenner, and Jason Brenner. And they also have 2 lovely grandchildren. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd love to present to you the 2006 Wellston Coal Festival Grand Marshals, Tom and Tina Brenner. Tom, Tina, thanks for all you do. God bless. Also, we have our Jackson County's outstanding senior citizens for 2006. In the front seat, we have Reba Kaiser. Hi, Reba. And also the 2006 Wellston Senior Citizen Queen, Mary Nell Shivington. Hi, Mary Nell. And also we have our Jackson County's Senior Citizen Queen, Jenny Howell and Wilma Lewis. Ladies, glad to see you tonight. And here's our Oak Hill Senior Citizen Queen, Annabelle Miller. Hi, Annabelle. Welcome to our Coal Festival.
This should be number 23.
He meant to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the 2006 Wellston Coal Festival royalty. Our 2006 Little Miss Second Attendant, Jasmine Wilson. 2006 Little Miss First Attendant, Mariah Howard. And the 2006 Little Miss Coal Queen, Emily Dunn. Also on the float, the 2006 Junior Miss Second Attendant, Katie Lambert. The 2006 Junior Miss First Attendant, Sierra Thompson. The 2006 Junior Miss Coal Queen, Chelsea Folden. And the 2006 Coal Festival Second Attendant, Katie Massey. First Attendant, Emily Glass. And the 2006 Coal Festival Queen, Shanae Fenwick. Congratulations, ladies. Job well done. Let's meet the 2007 Wellston Coal Festival Queen contestants. These are the finalists. Riding on the float is Paige Patterson, Michaela Perkins, and Whitney Patrick. Now, one of these beautiful ladies will be crowned queen tonight following the parade. Ladies look beautiful tonight. Good luck to each and every one of you.
25.
Also, let's meet the 2007 Wellston Coal Festival Junior Miss contestant finalists. Riding on the float is Lexi Cumston, Mackenzie Bragg, and Kelsey Starcher. Now, one of these beautiful ladies will be crowned queen tonight following the parade. Good luck. Now let's meet the 2007 Wellston Coal Festival Little Miss contestants and the finalists. Riding on the float are Caitlin Downard, Lindsay Seacrest, and Katie King. Now one of these beautiful ladies will be crowned also tonight following the parade. Congratulations.
7.
Let's welcome Wellston's very own State Senator John Kerry and his wife Lindley to our coal festival. Also joining John and Lindley are their boys Justin and Jordan. Glad to see you. Thank you, John, for all that you do. And right behind John, we have at our Wellston Coal Festival State Senator Joy Padgett from Coshocton County. Now, Joy is candidate for the 18th District Congressional District, and we want to welcome you, Joy, to our coal festival. Glad to see you, and good luck in November.
Yeah, special election.
September 14th first, right? Okay.
This is where we skip Wellston and go back to Betty Montgomery. Go to 28.
We'll go to Wellston, right?
Wait till they come up to the water. Take it right.
Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of Joss Willett, let's stand. Let's put our hands together for the award-winning Wellston High School Marching Rockets. Once again, the Wellston High School Marching Rockets. They sound great, don't they?
27.
Also, let's welcome to the 2007 Coal Festival, Betty Montgomery. And Betty is candidate for Lieutenant Governor in Ohio. Welcome to our Coal Festival. Attorney General, that's right. Betty Montgomery for Attorney General. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together and welcome the Apple Festival royalty. Jackson County Apple Festival Queen in Court. Riding on the floor is Queen Kayla McMillan. Also attendants Angela Ridgway and Nicole Spradlin. And the Apple Festival royalty would like to invite everyone to the Jackson County Apple Festival September 19th through the 23rd. The Apple Festival, Ohio's largest, one of the largest festivals in our Buckeye State. Ladies, welcome to the Coal Festival. Here's Little Miss Apple Festival Queen Madison Richards. Hi, Madison.
33.
Also, let's meet Tom Walton, Republican candidate for Jackson County Commissioner. And by the way, the Coal Festival wants to thank Tom for being one of our official sponsors of the Showcase Stage and JVAC Day. Tom would like to thank you in advance for your support. Good luck, Tom. Welcome to the Coal Festival. Tom Walton.
34.
Also, let's welcome the Jackson County Fair royalty to our Coal Festival. Riding on the float is Queen Jill Hamblin. First attendant is Ann Julia Kaiser, and Princesses Rosa Aldridge, Lindsay Workman, and Christina Rose. Ladies, welcome to our Coal Festival.
Yeah, 35.
Let's welcome the fine folks from Jenkins Memorial Health Facility. Jenkins Memorial is a longtime supporter of our coal festival, located right near the Jenkins, right here in Wellston. Jenkins can handle your long-term health care needs. By the way, thanks to Jenkins Memorial for everything that they do. By the nursing home King and Queen are Kenny Sherwood and Maria Britt. And the assisted living King and Queen are Bob Williams and Dora Fout. Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, Dora Fout will be 100 years old October the 5th. Amazing. Welcome to our Coal Festival. Also, we'd like to welcome Ted Strickland and Judy Cantor driving. Judy, how are you? Judy Newman? All right. We don't want to miss that. Thank you very much. Welcome to our Coal Festival.
36.
Also, let's welcome Marvin Keller to our Wellston Coal Festival. Marvin is the independent candidate for commissioner. The Coal Festival would also like to thank Marvin for being the official sponsor of our golf carts this year. And Marvin would like to thank you in advance for all of your support. Thank you very much. And good luck in November. Marvin Keller.
Number 37.
Also, let's welcome our friends from the Oak Hill Festival of Flags. Riding on the float tonight is Queen Renee Hamilton. Attendants are Taylor Magoon, Paula McCabe, Kristen Leonard, and Alyssa Bates. The Festival of Flags is held on Memorial Day weekend in Oak Hill. Ladies, welcome to the Coal Festival.
Number 38.
Hey, also, we'd like to welcome to the Coal Festival one of our official sponsors, Holzer Pizza, and at the store. As seen on television, there's Charlie Biggs, and famous for his chicken and those delicious sauces. They're one of our generous supporters of the festival. Thank you. Also, we have from the royalty from the Wild Turkey Festival. Riding in, we have his Megan Linder, the Queen, first attendant Sarah Young, and second attendant Katie Grillo. Ladies, welcome.
45.
Also, let's meet one of the Coal Festival's biggest supporters, the Holzer Medical Center of Jackson. Now, Holzer opened in December of 2000 in Jackson as one of the newest and most modern hospitals in Ohio. Holzer Medical Center is committed to improving and enhancing health care and the health status of the entire community. Now, the hospital is staffed with physicians whose numbers and specialties continue to expand for both inpatient and outpatient services. And the Coal Festival want to welcome all of you. Special thanks to Holzer.
47.
Let's welcome the Baltimore Canal Lock Days to Wellston. Ladies, welcome. In the vehicle tonight is Miss Baltimore Danae Mount and attendants Mary Beth Resson, and Taylor and Chelsea, and also Brittany. Welcome to the festival. Good luck. All right, we have also with us at our pageant, Junior Miss Baltimore, first attendant, Chelsea Bonnet, and also Brittany with her as well. Ladies, welcome to our festival. All right, here we go. Are you guys got your seat belts fastened? Let's welcome the Aladdin Shriners. These people work countless hours to raise money for young children who have been tragically burned. The victims' families receive financial support from the Shriners. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our Shriners. Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of Paul Hogue, let's welcome the award-winning Vinton County Marching Vikings to our Coal Festival. Once again, a round of applause for the Vinton County Marching Vikings under the direction of Paul Hogue. And also right behind the Vinton County band, we have the little varsity cheerleaders. I want to hear you. There you go. That's our little varsity cheerleaders. Let's give them a round of applause. Have a big game tomorrow. And also right behind them, we have the Little Rocket cheerleaders. Let's hear it for our Little Rocket cheerleaders. Also, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome State Representative Clyde Evans. Clyde would like to thank everyone for their support, and we'd like to thank Clyde for everything that he does for us in our Wellston area in Jackson County. Welcome to the Coal Festival. In the vehicle is Jim and Rena Skaggs. Welcome. Also, let's put our hands together and welcome the Bible Baptist Church from Wellston. The Bible Baptist Church would like to invite everyone to attend their 10th anniversary pig roast on Sunday, September 17th, right after the church service, and the entire family is invited to attend, and it is absolutely free. Let's welcome the Little Miss Chauncey Dover Spring Festival royalty, Queen Aaliyah Lewis, First Attendant Katie Taylor, Second Attendant Madison Cotlin, and Miss Congeniality Sheridan Poling. And welcome to our Coal Festival.
Back to 53.
Also, the Chauncey Dover Spring Festival royalty as well. The Queen Representative Brittany Jones, Junior Attendant is Miss Sierra Singleton. And of course, passing us now is the Little Miss, Queen Anne Court.
54's right.
Let's also welcome.
What a great parade. They had over 135 units in this parade, and that is a ton of units. So we'll continue on with the parade in just a minute. We did want to remind you that our parade coverage and the Queen crowning brought to you by Tom Walton Truck Sales. And if you're hunting for a truck, either a pickup truck right on up to the great big rigs, there's no better guy to talk with than Tom Walton. He stocks a pretty doggone good inventory of trucks. This is on the left-hand side on the hill as you travel the Appalachian Highway between Jackson and Wellston.